Hi, this is RGK and I'm showing you Metal Slug, so the game from 1996, quite old. It came out on Neo Geo and also on arcade. I mainly played on arcade because I didn't have a Neo Geo and it was kind of costing a lot of money to put like a coin every time you had to continue when you died 3 times. Okay, so yeah, happy memories, but also bitter about the cost. In the settings, you can see that it's actually adapted to all modern resolutions up to this one. I don't think it goes higher than 1080p. But still quite good. So it's a port. The original game was by SNK Playmore, and this port was by DotEmu. The port overall is really good, except some sound issues. Sometimes like the music can loop, but it's very minor and doesn't happen all that much. You can see here some filters and scan lines to look like an old TV. Only two of these filters are available in the game itself, but you can download a few more. And I use HQ4X. I'll put a link in the description of the video, and it makes the graphics much more smoother. Like the pixels are not as clunky. You don't see them as much, so it's a bit more cartoonish, I would say. And the controls, you can use keyboard and controller and any kind of controller, Logitech, Xbox or anything. Everything is recognized by the game, and you can play with whatever you want. It works very well with keyboard as well, because you only shoot in a few directions and not diagonal except for one weapon. So multiplayer, you can actually play it online, which is really good. Like it uses the Steam network API to play online, and also you can play local co-op if you have like a controller and keyboard. So I'm gonna play very hard. Missions, you can choose any mission you want. The credits is like when you have to add coin when you died. You can just put infinite. And let's play arcade, one player. And let's go. So if you don't know Metal Slug, you can shoot to the right, to the left, up, and not really down, except if you jump and then you shoot down. So you cannot do diagonals except with the machine gun. So how do you get the machine gun? Well, you can find it in some crates, or if you free some prisoners, they can give you some stuff. So yeah, that's it. Metal Slug is like this action platformer, but you can see that it's quite gorgeous, especially for a game that old. Really good looking. Okay, let's kill this. So here, that's a machine gun for the diagonals, so you have to move from up to right, and then it does a diagonal. Uh, More than just up and right, but you can have multiple directions. That was close. Okay, die. Okay, I have to dodge all these missiles. But thankfully, there is a vehicle very soon. Let's get in there. Okay, so here I'm showing the first Metal Slug. But on Steam there are also Metal Slug 2 and X. X is a revamped version of Metal Slug 2 with new engine and some new missions, new enemies, new weapons, really good. And Metal Slug 3, which is like the most known and loved Metal Slug of the series. Um, Metal Slug 1 is less good than the others. I would say it's a bit more tame, it's not as crazy, not as many stuff, but it's still very iconic and very good. I love it. And so in Metal Slug X or 2, you have like crazy new stuff, like you can transform yourself into a mummy or all this kind of stuff. It really becomes crazy, but it's still quite linear, like very linear, and lots of action and so on. And Metal Slug 3, the difference is that you have branching missions, like you can go from one. Oh, I need to get that prisoner. You can go from let's say one level, then you can choose either to go, let's say, underwater, or you can then fight carnivorous plants or other crazy stuff. It's packed of different kind of levels, enemies, and so on. Oh, okay, got it. And then this is the guy. And it's really cool, except the bosses in Metal Slug 3 are kind of a bit too hard. It really wants you to put coins in the arcade. Really. So yeah, what you'll have noticed as well is the art. the pixel art in this game is amazing, and you have these huge levels. So the levels is not like made like Mario with bricks that repeat themselves. It's really like handcraft levels that you scroll for, I mean in one direction, and you keep seeing new things. Like really, the handcraft feel makes the game really both like gorgeous, but also it's very interesting for the level design, because it means that one part is very different from the next. You keep encountering new stuff, and I think that's one of the strengths of Metal Slug. So it's really violent, it's really action-packed and fast and really cool looking, like a Schwarzenegger movie. But also, you have like all these kind of different things that happen. Like from one scene to the next is completely different. Even if it's just like you're shooting stuff, but all different kinds of ambushes or assaults or attacks or enemies or situations. It's really cool, and that's really one of the strengths of the game, and that's also why the games are quite short, which is understandable because everything is different, so you keep having fun with playing it. You don't have like filler levels or anything of the sort. Really cool. And so just story. So I said like Metal Slug 1 is less crazy, but it can get really crazy in Metal Slug 2 and X. And what I find interesting is that the story is not told through like cinematics or anything. It's like through the levels. You can like see. Oh no no! I'm gonna die in the water. You can see. Oh no! Oh no! I died in the fish. Yeah. Um, so for instance, like you will see like a character get abducted under your eyes, and you have some crazy stuff happening on screen, and like you're really part of the action, never puts you out of it. And like the story told through the level is really cool. Like maybe in Half-Life style, if you want like some comparison, except less time waiting. Really cool. And the final level of Metal Slug X, no, Metal Slug 3 is really super crazy. Lots of things happening, lots of twists and so on. And just in the level, like it's all from the gameplay, from who you're fighting, from where you're fighting, and so on. And that's something I really admire about the Metal Slug series, like the kind of the storytelling through the action. Really love this game. Yeah. So I wanted to show you this video also because right now there is Humble Bundle with the Metal Slug games, so you really shouldn't miss it, and you should try the Metal Slug games really if you have never done so in the past, or even if you have tried them, just buy it. It's really cool. Can really have fun, like, or if you have someone to play with in co-op with you and so on. And in the bundle, so you can find all kind of Neo Geo games like the Metal Slug series, and you can also find some fighting games. I'm really not into fighting games, but like it's there. And also there is the first Shock Troopers. So Shock Troopers is kind of like Metal Slug, but it adds some new perspective. Like it's from sometimes it's from top down and so on, and so it's a bit different, but still very good. Sadly, it's not as crazy. You don't see so many like interesting sides as in Metal Slug, but still like a good game, like what Metal Slug could have become. But still, Metal Slug like still kept being Metal Slug, and after Metal Slug 3 kind of became a bit stale, and it took a while before there were new innovations. But still, the first three Metal Slug are by far the best, and I really recommend them to you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye. Gonna die. Oh, see you.